magbibitiw raw bilang House Speaker si Congressman Martin Romualdez. Kaugnay po niyan, makakapanayan po natin si UST Department of Political Science Professor Froilan Calilong. Magandang umaga po sa inyo, Prof.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning. At magandang umaga rin po sa lahat ng ating mga taga-subaybay. And thank you for having me.
Okay, Prof, ito na nga, no? After so many days of mga speculations, bakit po muna sa tingin ninyo mag-resign na lamang ito si House Speaker Martin Romualdez imbes na mag-leave of absence muna?
Well, I think this is because of the mounting pressure na rin, from the internal siguro mechanisms nitong Congress, because unang-una, his name was already dragged into the flood control fiasco, and I think this is one way para kahit paano, no, yung public perception medyo ma-neutralize natin ng bahagya, no. And I think this is a good move also on his part, so that it will not complicate any further the investigations that are going to be conducted by the Independent Truth Commission, as well as by the Congress and the Senate. So I think this is really more about the pressure that actually happened because of what transpired at yung kanyang pagkakadawit nga rito sa usapin ng flood control.
Prof, kasi may mga balita rin po na nakita nga daw pong nakipagpulong etong si House Speaker Martin Romualdez kay PBBM. Sa tingin niyo po ba meron pong role dito, or ano pong role ni PBBM dito sa ine-expect nga po natin na pag-resign ni Romualdez?
Definitely meron ditong basbas ang Malacanang, at the way I see it, even yung napipisil nila napapalit dito sa ating kasalukuyang speaker, maaring meron na ring go signal dito si Pangulong Marcos. Again, this is going to be very important, no, na tignan natin, especially the incoming speaker, how he will be able to create the narrative insofar as why the change was necessary. At the same time, kinakailangan din siguro tignan natin dito yung mga mangyayari, no, after na pagkaroon ng pagpapalit ng leadership. Remember, any change in leadership both in the Senate and the Congress is always a political earthquake. Nagkakaroon talaga diyan ng mga pagbabago, particularly sa mga committee chairmanships, pagkakaroon ng mas magandang legislative agenda if ever, and yung oversight, no. These are very very important measures. But the important thing here for the incoming speaker is that he must be able to consolidate the supporters of the former speaker, or Speaker Romualdez, no. At the same time, he must be able to appease the dissenters, no, so that magiging unified pa rin yung ating Kongreso, because if we are going to have a disunited Congress, it's going to be very hard to proceed with their legislative agenda. So on the question as to whether this has the blessing of the president, I think definitely it has.
Pero 'di ba dapat in an alternate universe, sabi nga nila, dito ay magkakahiwalay, 'di ba?
Right.
Ang executive, ang legislative, dapat walang role ang presidente pagdating sa mga ganito.
Yeah, right. That's true, no. Pero yun nga, in the real sense of the word, yung tinatawag naman nating checks and balance, tsaka yung separation of powers does not really exist entirely, no. Especially in practice, especially yung ating Pangulo naharap din sa ganitong klaseng sitwasyon, and he would want to project the image that he is on top of the situation, and that he would want to actually create some order, especially in the House, kasi dito nga yung sinasabi natin na pinanggagalingan or pinagmulan nitong issue na to. So he is trying to put some sense of stability in the lower house, and one way of doing this is by changing the leadership of the house. Kung titingnan natin itong napipisil na papalit, no, sa ating speaker, kaalyado rin naman ng ating pangulo. So kung makikita natin, talagang meron direct hand dito ang ating pangulo, if in case this will happen.
Prof, what do you make of Congressman Kiko Barzaga? Ano ba yung role niya dito sa nangyayari ngayon, ano, dito sa equation na to? Do you think dahil sa kanya ay talagang matutuloy ang pagpapalit ng liderato sa Kamara?
Well, malaking factor si Representative Barsaga, no, especially because of the fact that he was able to really air yung sentimiento na maaari rin naman gustong sabihin ng marami ring miyembro ng mababang kapulungan. It's just that medyo nahihirapan sila because of the internal power play that is happening in the House. But then again, here comes a Gen Z congressman who is willing to take on anybody, even the so-called giants, no, in the lower house, eh kaya niya talaga at pinipilit niya, no, na kalabanin. And I think dito na unti-unti pagpapalakas ng loob doon sa ibang dissenters sa lower house, especially doon sa medyo younger bloc, no, to go against this powerful figures in the lower house. And eventually, no, it will create traction not only in the lower house, but more importantly, it may create a kind of positive movement to awaken the sentiments of the public. And ito nga yung nakikita natin ngayon, ano? Yung mga postings niya, I think, is being supported by a great majority of the public. And eventually, over time, baka nga magkaroon ng mas magandang trickling down effect, no, ng consciousness and awareness sa ating mga kababayan.
Ano po ang basa nyo dito, Prof? Ano? Kasi sabi nga nila, there's no better timing than today na makapagpalit nga ng liderato sa House of Representatives dahil itataon nila to bago magsimula ang malawakang rally sa September 21. So, anong
Yeah.
basa mo dito? Tingin mo ba ito ay talaga para sa taong bayan? Maiibsan yung kahit papano galit ang taong bayan kung tuluyang magbibitiw itong si House Speaker Martin Romualdez?
Depende, no, sa magiging framing, and depende rin doon sa tinatawag natin na public perception about how they will accept this change, no. If the incoming speaker is going to be viewed as just somebody na nilagay, no, at ipinalit sa posisyon just to create yung tinatawag nating appeasement, no, para lang masabi na ayan, nagpalit na tayo, ha, wala na kayong masasabi. But then again, in reality, eh wala naman talagang substantial change in terms of the leadership, is in terms of the agenda na mangyayari. So tingin ko hindi siya ganoon magiging katanggap-tanggap sa atin, ano. Kaya nga siguro there is this idea na mas maganda kung yung ilalagay doon talaga ay yung talagang very vocal about the flood control, like Congressman Toby Chanco, but however he already declined, you know, or Congressman Barsaga, although I believe that he's still relatively young for the position. Pero yun nga, yun sana, no. So kasi kung kaalyado lamang nilang ilalagay dito at maaring ka similar block ng ating speaker, maaring this may be taken by the public more of an appeasement rather than a sweeping change in leadership control in the lower house.
Sa dami po ng lumabas sa mga pangalan na maaring pumalit bilang House Speaker kay Congressman Martin Romualdez, meron pong isa kahapon lang na lumabas, itong si Congressman D. Hindi po
Yes.
siya ganun ka-controversial kung tutuusin. Ano? Why do you think ito yung nakikita ngayon na maaari talaga na pumalit sa kanya?
Well, number one, he has been in Congress for quite a long time already, no? Bago siya naging governor ng Isabela at naging vice governor siya ng Isabela, he has been a long time congressman, and he also came from a family of should I say power holders dito sa ano, no, dito sa kanyang probinsya. At the same time, when you look at the succession kasi, he is already the deputy speaker, no. So medyo malapit-lapit talaga siya doon sa linya. Ika nga, no, dito kay Speaker Martin Romualdez, maaaring ito yung naging dahilan, ano, bakit siya nailagay dito. At the same time, kaalyado siya ng ating pangulo at malapit na kaibigan ni Congressman or Speaker Martin Romualdez. So ito nga yung binabanggit ko kanina, no, maaaring magkaroon ng agam-agam yung publiko na ito ay pagpapalit lamang just to appease the sentiment of the people. Pero sana, no, sana magkaroon talaga ng effective governmental change itong ating incoming speaker, and one way of doing this is by focusing on the legislative agenda in the Congress, especially right now, no, na nandito tayo sa budget season, at eventually later on yung mga bills na nailatag, sana mas maging mabilis yung mga pagpapasa nito, no, dito lalo-lalo na sa lower house.
Okay, maraming salamat po muli sa inyong oras, Professor Froilan Calilum. Mga kapatid, Angela Lagunsad Castro po para sa komprehensibo at makabuluhang balitaan at talakayan. Mag-follow at subscribe na sa social media pages ng News 5.